Hello and welcome to PriceYourownWindow.com. In this video, I'm going to approach some marketing and advertising methods that may have made some of you aggravated, mad, or frustrated. First thing I want to get across is advertising and marketing is to make the phone ring at a home improvement or a replacement window company, and that's all. In making the phone ring, they're tying their advertising marketing to you as a prospective buyer. And that's it. It's not meant to give you an estimate, give you a quote, give you whatever. It's to get someone from them, a sales representative, into your house. With that being said, I've approached and been contacted by various friends who knows I've been in the business for about 25 plus years. And I've been at this in both the marketing, advertising, presentation, and sales side. I want to address three different methodologies that advertisers tend to utilize and explain how they work and what to watch for. First up is called the Price Leader program. The Price Leader is a program you may have seen on the side of a bus. You may have seen it on a bench somewhere. You may have seen it in a print piece that you got at your home as a mailer. You may have seen it in a variety of places, but it normally says something like windows starting at. And it could be $2.99 a window installed. It could be a variety of things like that. It could be even cheaper. And it's meant to spur interest and say, wow, I have 10 windows, that only means about $3,000, and I've heard prices that are much, much higher, so I'll invite these people in and see what they have, see if the window's okay, see if it's junk, maybe it's a steal. So you invite them in. In comes the sales rep, asks you about your windows, what you hate about them, what you're trying to fix, have you had many more estimates, have you thought about it for a while, all those common question things. And then you get down to business and you're hoping that they're going to be around $3,000 plus in case you want something extra, or there's going to be reasons why not. And then they say, oh, here's the estimate, and they slide the paper across and it's much higher, and you wonder, wait a minute, I was thinking $3,000-ish, and here's an estimate for $6,800 or $7,000 or $9,000. Or you're lucky and it's only $48.50. And they explain, did you see the ad? Did you notice the fine print at the bottom? And as we all know, the big print giveth and the fine print taketh away. Well, the taketh away part means that it was an asterisk that said, see us for details. And you find out that the details are, well, this didn't include some things you would expect them to include, such as maybe low E glass, maybe screens, maybe exterior trim when they finish the job. Could be something silly like disposal of your old windows, and they say to you, well, there's a disposal fee. Most of the time, however, this has to do with the size of the window. And that $2.99 as low as, or $1.99, is a window that they can make, but it is tiny. And it's usually maybe a bathroom window, and yours probably is larger, or it could be a basement hopper window, which is already small. And they say, well, the rest of your windows are obviously higher because of size, because of low. Now, you want the low E, you want, and they go through the list of things you expect to have, and that's where the price comes up. And then the negotiating starts, and we'll go through that in a second. Second would be the crazy price companies that you can't really get a figure out of because they say, well, our windows are on sale right now, and you get 2 for 1. Well, you buy one, you get the next one for half price, or it's free, or there's 3 for 1. You buy one, you get 2 more free, or some kind of crazy number. And in your back of your mind, you're saying, well, how much is this whole bottom line going to be? And you see a retail figure come sliding across and say, now don't worry, this will be half price. But it's some crazy number like $25,000 for your 10 windows or more. And you're thinking to yourself, and of course the salesman is already on the offensive saying, but it's half price. It's only 12.5, or it's only 12 grand, it's only $15,000. And then we have other issues. Now, if you're going to buy today, then I can take another whatever number that is off. Or we can put a sign in your yard for the next whatever time period and maybe repeat it once or twice for the next year or two to drum up business and give you a little extra discount. Or do you have 2 or 3 friends that we could contact, whether they buy or not? And I'll give you another deal for that. And then they call the boss. And some of you who are older and have been around these kind of tactics before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As I told my friends, I was born at night, just not last night. The third type of inquiry or things that make you call would be you're on the internet and you're looking for quotes or estimates or how much do windows cost in my area or something along that nature, and companies have bought into that and say we'll pay extra to be up on the top line and be one of those companies that will want to give you a quote or an estimate. And they'll just say, give us your name, address, phone number, when's the best time to call, and an email address. And they'll come out and do the same thing, showing you their wares, showing you a sample of the window, explaining what they do and what they do well, and give you an estimate. And many times the estimate may be a little bit less than these crazy guys, or in many cases it's high, and they'll go through the same sales tactics, buy a sign in the yard, do you have friends, etc. And go through the possible add-ons. And bear in mind, most salespeople want to upsell you. That's okay. That's just the nature of the beast. At PriceYourOwnWindow.com, I've been in this business over 25 years. My installation crew has been at it over 35 years. We just want to make sure things are fair and things are straight up. And we are very transparent to a fault. And what I mean by that is, on the website you will find a pricing grid, as well as a pricing chart that shows you our minimum windows to be built and our maximum size of windows to be built. You go to the pricing grid and you look at this and say, okay, there's white, there's beige, there's earth brown or clay, and there are prices right below that. You'll notice it says 100 UI. That means United Inch. I'm not overly bright, so they made it easy on me, so they let me add. So I take the width of a window, I take the height of a window, and I get a number. So 40 inches wide by 50 inches tall, it means 90. It's less than 100, so I use that price, and that's the price. If it's over that, if it's a 50 inch wide by 70 inch tall window, that's 120. So I take the 100 price, I look right below that block, and if I find a number that looks like $1.70 or so, take my 20 extra inches times 170, and it's $34. Add that $34 to the price of the window, and we're where we need to be on an oversized or a large window. And look at the minimums, maximums, and look what those base prices are for. There's a couple windows, such as a 3-light slider, that starts and goes up to 110 for the base price. Some people will say, oh, by the way, I should explain this. Our window's a premium window because it's inclusive of measurements. We come out to you. Now, when you're measuring for pricing only, so don't lose your mind and say, oh my goodness, if I miss this, they could. No, it doesn't work that way. This is for pricing only, so you know the range you're in. We come out, should we get together and you're okay with the price, we come out and make exact measurements to how each and every window in your home is to be built. Secondly, our windows include that measurement and ordering. It includes 3-coat, triple coat low E glass. It includes a super spacer, which is the product and the material that separates the panes of glass, which is the newest and best stuff around for non-conductive material. Replace the super spacer, which some people still use, and it's not a bad product. And it includes full screens for double hungs and 2-light sliders. Should you not want those, please, there's on the area to the right on my chart, on my pricing, you'll find deductions. So you may say, I've had a couple people out, they've had double coat or low E squared or 2 coats of low E, and you're okay with that. Perfect. There's a deduction for that. I'm okay with the warm edge technology, separating the glass. I'm okay with that. There's a deduction for that. I'm okay with half screens. I've had half screens most of the time. I don't need full screens. There's a deduction for that. So all those things, I want to give you a price for a very high-end, very nicely made, window that's made in the States, in Evansville, Indiana, made from sashes and frames, made by the largest extruder in the world, and a lifetime warranty. And if you don't want to have all those goodies, then simply deduct it. You'll probably find a deduction of 40, 50, 60 bucks, depending on the size. Please take that in stride. But we are here to be transparent. I'm here to say there's the reasons behind our deductions and our pricing, and it is purely the idea that I do not need or have a warehouse. I don't have a showroom. I have the factory showroom here in town. I'll meet you at. I'll come to you if you wish and show you the window sample and the framing and everything else. There'll also be videos here in case you just don't want to spend another 2 hours with someone you don't know. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been clear. PriceYourOwnWindow.com came about by several people approaching me regarding the window replacement business. And that, coupled with the DIY or do-it-yourself programs that are around right now on the internet and on various TV stations, I thought that instead of having customers install their own window, just have them measure them. That helped in two areas. One, you get a very, very straightforward idea of what windows can be purchased for and installed with a professional company. At the same time, save money by having the best window installed for an inexpensive, reasonably inexpensive price tag. We don't offer cheap windows, I'm sorry to say, for those that just need something to fill in a blank. But if you're thinking about replacing windows for your home, wait till you can afford a very, very good window. It doesn't have to be overly expensive, but don't just put windows in your home from a box store or just on the cheapest idea you can, because you might as well just keep what you have until that time comes up. I wanted to make this educational, both for your own information as well as economically educational. We hopefully have done a good enough job to earn your business, have you ask questions or comments. We look forward to those. Anything at all I can possibly do for you, please ask. We would appreciate it. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. Take care. Be well.